Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Mossy, aka Cybex Trades, and today I'm just going to do another quick trade review recap. And basically, I just traded Tesla today only 2 times, and it's a red day for me again. And yeah, it is what it is. Just another one down for the books to learn from and journal and to get better from. So yeah, let's just dive into it. So come into the day, the reason why Tesla on watch was because of this. Looking in on the hourly time frame, we can see that it has this kind of like a bull flag, pennant type of thing going on here. And I was like, okay, Tesla's been on a previous, couple weeks, just been ripping, So I noticed that, since I saw this one as well in the previous, on the 6th to 7th, the 5th and the 6th, and how we see this explosive move here, I was like, okay, we definitely have the potential to do the same exact thing again. And today, that's exactly what it did. But unfortunately, I got shaken out. And let's go ahead and walk through what happened. And yeah, so coming to the daily levels. Before I do that, so coming to the daily levels that I plotted was 220, 222.50, 220, 226, 228, 230, and 231.5. These were the key levels that I plotted here that I had based on going back all the way in the chart's history and the ticker's history. And yeah, these are the levels that I wanted to chase around. And they hit to the T. Looking back now, they hit really well, especially this 228 level here, 226, and yeah, 230 level. Obviously, whole psychological level doesn't need really that much explaining. But yeah, even 231.50 hit as well. You guys can see multiple touches and wicks, and then drop down, and then now it's just above it chilling. But yeah, so coming to the day, I was like, okay, SPY. If we look at SPY, right, and QQQ, right, currently it's an uptrend. QQQ currently it's an uptrend, right, at the moment. But when the market opened, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take any trades unless I see some kind of a movement direction to whichever side from these ETFs, right? So QQQ struggled to break 350 multiple times, and then we got to 350 finally, and we held. And you guys can see we just rode up slowly all the way down there. Volume decreased, volume came back, volume decreased, and then just rode all the way. Same thing with SPY. Same thing with SPY. Didn't really come on, man. Same thing with SPY. Kind of like chopped around here for a quick second, dropped down below 426, and reclaimed it again. Never broke pre-market low. Actually, did it break pre-market low? No, it actually went right to pre-market low. Actually, no, it didn't. Wait. I was gonna count this as pre-market low. It did kind of break pre-market low, but then buyers stepped in, and they were like, "Nah, it's not happening." And yeah, so it went above, closed above the key level of this important level of 427, and touched it multiple times. Broke it, retested it a couple times, and then just went up on its way. And looking at Tesla, the contracts, I played only one contract, the same contract 2 times. So coming into the day, I was like, okay, if it holds 228 here, um, I'm gonna go long, right? And I entered 2 contracts of the 232, 232.5 calls. So if we look over here, 232.5 calls at 170, and I was looking at volume, mainly paying attention to the volume. So I was like, okay, volume seems to be on the buyer side, like looking at the green candles at least. And what I realized is that I'm like, okay, I can be confident in this trade and holding the trade. And we broke through the level, a couple candles here held, and then I believe I entered, yeah, this candle, a 705 candle. I was like, all right, let's go. Where's the momentum, right? Because sometimes, like we know Tesla, it can make pretty fast momentum moves. So I was like, all right, let's do this, And right here we slowed down, and I got stopped out. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna stop loss was literally right here. And it's funny because I didn't really take this level into consideration, to be honest with you, looking back now. Uh, like I literally got stopped out right on the dot here on this 227.30 level, and it perfectly, like, if we look at here, it perfectly touched it and just went. And you know, it is what it is. Looking back, it is what it is. And at the moment, I just didn't see that. But my stop loss was tight. I did my best to keep it. Especially because originally I wanted to actually enter. Looking at the 5-minute time frame. Originally, I was gonna enter at 226, but then I missed my entry, so I was like, all right, I can enter at 228. It's all good. If I'm gonna miss one level, I'm not gonna chase here or here. Well, I respected that, which is a good thing. And I was like, all right, we're gonna, since it's establishing kind of an uptrend, I'm gonna see if it holds 228, then we send. And yeah, I kind of dropped down here, a little pullback before sending it, and I re-entered right back here again. So the first one was a $50 loss. Right at the gate, that was my max loss, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna trade. But then I saw like it, I was like, okay, that was my max loss, and I was like, okay, I'm confident in this Tesla trade. I'm confident in my levels. I re-entered again. I was like, all right, let's do this. I saw buyers here holding 228 nicely for the most part, and I was like, okay, I saw this 5-minute close as well. I was like, all right, nice. And what made me exit the position, to be honest with you, is really just one thing, and it was the volume. So as you guys can see, we came up here, and as we were coming up, the volume was kind of like decreasing, like right here, right? And if we look at this candle, it aligns with this candle, and then this one is less than the other one too. So this is kind of like volume divergence, and I wasn't too confident holding this because I was like, okay, man, especially with these wicks, right? I mean, even with these wicks, I was like, okay, buyers are kind of struggling. I mean, you could say it was just like buyers trying to like take a break and breathe, which basically what happened. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know, man, I'm not too confident in holding this because, especially with how volume decreases like this and it keeps going up, because I don't know what's going to happen in the future in the next 5 minutes. So I was like, I'm going to take I'm going to exit exactly where my contract was. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. The first loss, looking back, this should have been my stop loss. Should have actually held this. Now I'm doing the should have, could have, but looking back, it's this wick never really went below this other one. So yeah, I mean my stop loss, it's a small account for me, so it's gonna be more tighter, and I personally I can't afford like anything more than like what I said mentally, and especially with the way Tesla premiums move. So I was like, all right, man, just take the L, and then re-enter again. And this trade, at the end of the day, my trade thesis worked out. It was just that the volume wasn't giving me the confidence to hold. But but yeah, I mean, in the moment you're not really too sure because this could just easily have reversed, and especially with these wicks up here, looking at the 5 minute, right? We got this little wick here, and then this buyer struggling to, I guess not struggling, but with buyers pushing it up with low volume, closing it up. And yeah, I mean, once we got here, volume just came in right after I exited. Funny enough, I think it was a 725 candle. I don't know what candle was this. Yeah, so it was this candle right here. Right after I exited the 739 candle, volume started to pour in right here and broke 230. Pulled back, broke 230. Looking back at it now, it never really. If we look at my EMAs that I used to also hold the trades, kind of give me a confirmation. Looking back at it, never really, you know, it kind of pretty much rode the 9 EMA for the most part. Never really lost it. Touched the 21 a couple of times, but never really went below that, except here. But anyway, I was out by then. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Down for the day, $50. So that's my max loss. And yeah, that's pretty much the trades that I took today for today's session. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.